Thanks for tuning in, everybody, to Castle Mac. Per usual, we had an immediate pre-live goof.
We can't. It's the second before that nobody can keep it together.
It's just because I burped.
Don't tell people that. Shh.
No. Thanks for tuning in for another Tuesday of Chronicles of Peril.
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 Yeah.
Peril. It's going to be a bit of a short one tonight.
Barnacles
I have an
of
obligation I have to make
Peril.
it to.
Barnacles of Peril.
When we reach the seafaring portion, we'll change the title to Barnacles of Peril. But it should be good. This is just some creepy stuff that I was inspired from a few things I watched in my own nightmares. So now the players get to go through that as well.
Question, unrelated. Have you watched Annihilation yet?
I have.
Oh, did I? Okay, never mind.
So if anybody's watched Annihilation, be prepared for something vaguely similar.
Dude, as I was watching that movie, I was like, this is a creepy D&D adventure. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
This is what this is.
It gave me a lot of inspiration for some things in Chult, since I don't want us to jump into Tomb of Annihilation. I don't even know if I want that to be happening at the same time.
Right.
So...
Well, time is a construct.
Yeah, it's a construct, man. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in again, though. Last we left off, they found what they were looking for. A
Amelia.
Wizard in a bottle.
Amelia with an A.
Amelia with an A.
Mm-hmm.
They made it out of the Sorcerer's Laboratory, made camp. Lydia is the first in this to plane hop and went to Mount Celestia.
I
was there, too.
Took Elbin.
Yeah.
And also Elvin was there. See that? You're a footnote in Hildegard's history.
1 and 1B.
Killian formed a bit of an honest relationship with Amelia, and Elbin communed with the entirety of Chult, and in fact, perhaps unbeknownst to him, met a trickster god. But we are going...
But I met...
Oh yeah, but you met Relamar. Half Rel, and gave you a stone for the Rel phone.
Actually, Lydia decorated her locker upstairs. It's got like his picture and hearts.
Before I go to bed every night, I hang up my purse for the next day in my locker, and I kiss my picture of Rel.
And it's H and R scratched out, R and plus H.
Yeah.
Do it vertical.
And then,
figure out which way it looks best.
What's Rel's last name?
He didn't tell you.
Oh man.
I'm afraid.
Yeah, but what is it?
So I need to write it in my notebook.
I'm sure he has one, and you should know.
Probably does have one. You can call on your
on my Rel phone.
On your Rel stone.
On your Rel phone.
Okay. We're going to pick up, I think it's immediately after you've come back. I think everybody is still asleep. You have just ended this communion with a trickster god, which you chose to go for a mystery as opposed to a secret, and now you have a mystery. But it's the middle of the night. We'll pick up there. We can jump to the next morning unless you think there's anything you would do while they're still asleep.
I think
I'd be soaking in my experience and a little bit in shock, maybe from, getting the thing that just happened to me in that tree.
Yes. Okay. I think you're still on watch. You think you're staying awake, but all of the exhilaration and everything that happened has wiped you out. You feel empty, and despite your best efforts, you fall asleep on your watch. You just kind of... And you dream that you're back on the Sword Coast, back in the woods. You're laying down, and then you're like, no, wait, I'm in a jungle. No, I'm in a kind of evergreen forest. And there's the only other person that you knew for so long. Maybe another druid, you couldn't quite tell, you assume. Helden. And you open your eyes, and he's looking at you almost expectantly as you open your eyes. So, says nothing. It's just.
Am I in control?
Yes, it's almost half memory or maybe dream. You don't quite know.
Where are you?
Where am I? Where are you?
Shouldn't you know you're here?
Am I?
You can't be.
I can't be, but at the same time, I am here because you're here.
You're always with me then? Is that what you're saying?
Yes and no.
I don't want you with me. I prefer you left.
Okay. He walks off into the woods, and you wake up in a jungle.
Andrew didn't want to leave.
And now in a hot, thick jungle, you wake up with the sun on your face, and you realize that you've fallen asleep. I think you, being that some of you have slept further, you can have chosen to wake up before he does in this moment. Have seen him sleeping if you like.
I probably would have.
Yeah. It's exciting for you.
Yeah, I mean, that and holy warriors don't like sleeping. They're up with the sun.
Yeah, just push-ups,
Up with
shadow boxing. Okay, well, all of you awake. You fell asleep at a tree, so I think Amelia took the tent that you had. She comes out. Goes up to one of the water skins and just kind of rubs it over. So I'm just like, surprising how much better I feel after a sleep. Even though apparently I've been asleep for 20 years.
You could also argue it's your first sleep in 20 years. Wasn't natural, after all. Were you dreaming in there?
No, not a thing.
What's the last thing you remember?
Uncorking that bottle. Thought I was willing to take the risk. Thought maybe it was some potion of magic. Suppose it was. Those closets were surrounding me. And then you.
Some sort of suspended animation, some sort of chronomancy.
That was my thought. No, I've heard of it before.
Take out his quill to make some notes.
And she's like, I feel like I read about it in a tome, maybe one of the miracles of some sort.
Travel. If you could put people into some sort of animation like that, you could stack them on a ship, you could have an entire army at your beck and call.
You could preserve your best warriors.
Right.
They would never be fatigued.
I think Gilly will look at them like, yeah, just, you could have them.
I don't think Elvin's probably not paying a lot of attention to that. But
she kind of continues to go, and she's like, fucking A. Should have taken any of that liquid left. Didn't think about it.
I didn't either. Damn.
I prefer not to be preserved for 20 years. Wouldn't you?
Well, ideally it wouldn't be 20 years. I mean, we're talking, a couple weeks, across the sea, wherever.
Why did you need to be preserved for just a couple weeks?
Oh, simply the space limitations of it. You see, you could just imagine, if you will, Tiamat is returning, right? That was what we all remember.
I'm sorry. Hold on.
Of course, yes.
Tiamat?
Yes, I was in Waterdeep at the time, and well, you tell him. You tell her.
Yeah, you tell her.
Yeah, please, because that's the goddess of dragons, Tiamat, who's locked in the hell of Avernus, and she came back.
Yes, for a time. She was risen by a cult, the cult of the dragon. They performed a ritual. Some powerful heroes stopped her, though.
That cult was a bunch of feckin' knuckleheads. It's more political, just lineage stuff. They never had much.
For a long time.
They had the... what was it? The Red Wizards on their side.
Aye. That would make more sense. They've got the arcane knowledge.
They became very powerful.
I'm sorry, so I'm concentrating on the wrong parts. So she came back.
Yes.
Heroes stopped her. How did they do it?
Oh, I don't know. I was not there. I heard it was a barbarian, probably.
It's quite the barbarian.
Oh, and I think a cleric probably
Wizards
kept
involved.
the barbarian alive, like so many life points.
She kind of rolls her
and
head back.
the powerful tiefling, Mythbus.
Yes, there's a myriad of history you'll be catching up on, but I'm just revisiting the practical points of the suspended animation liquid and explaining what you could do with it. Imagine just an entire army, thousands of fighters, wizards even, stacked into these neat little tubes.
Hate to knock them over.
Well, sure, you would be cautious, as appropriately cautious as necessary.
It's just not quite natural.
You wouldn't need to eat. I didn't need to eat.
An army marches on its belly. Imagine it. One single ship with a hold full of fighters in a bottle.
But imagine if the wrong people got the recipe to do that. What then?
Of course, this is...
Aye. Dangerous.
Quite dangerous.
But
I
what
hope
if the
that-
right people had the means to do
If
so?
the right people have it, it can be stolen by the wrong.
Well, the same could be true of every...
True enough.
Spell.
I mean, a sword's a sword. Powerful magic's powerful magic in anybody's hands on who wields it. I mean,
This warrants more study at the very least.
I take your point, though.
Wouldn't you
It would be
agree?
dangerous if it were widely known. At the same time, I would rather learn it and hide it away as opposed to not
Exactly.
know in case somebody else does.
That's exactly right.
I imagine your heroes had some sort of arcane knowledge that they were able to learn and stop a feckin' goddess.
Better to know it and protect it than to be ignorant to it.
Could have put the dragon in the bottom.
She might not let you, but
A big bottle.
could very well have.
Elvin, you son of a bitch, do you think you could fit a god inside of a bottle?
I didn't think you could fit a wizard in a bottle.
True enough. True enough.
Do you think
Could you fit two wizards?
the bigger the being, the larger the bottle?
That I'm wondering. Does the size of the average person matter for the size of the bottle?
A dragon in a wine bottle.
Or a barrel?
Or a barrel?
What if someone drank it?
Like shooting dragons in a barrel. Stupid.
Get out. We're not playing anymore.
Given that Amelia quickly regained her original size, drinking one of those bottles would, I think, be quite disastrous.
I don't even remember drinking it, is the thing. I have no memory of that. The last thing I remember is uncorking it.
You got out the bottle because we broke it.
Exactly.
What if you just uncorked it and drank it? They could have drank you, Amelia.
Oh. I don't know, it seemed pretty instantaneous that I grew.
You weren't there.
Was it? How long did it take for me to grow back to full size and gain my memory?
The glass was shattered.
And then from the time of the
And the
shattering...
liquid was disturbed.
Glass wasn't shattered. We poured her. We uncorked it, and then we're like, what do we do with this? And then poured it.
Oh.
Rewind.
I felt like I hit the ground. I remember the pain on my shoulder, and I felt this size, but I suppose I could have still been tiny. I still would have felt the same amount of pain.
True enough. Well,
You are.
I
your
wasn't.
surface area changes, given volume, but yeah, point taken.
Say, did anyone hear any voices in the night? Just curious.
Voices. I did tell you about we heard the cry for help, just like you heard on the way in, but
Nothing else?
no other voices. Did you?
I don't think so. I had a dream. I dozed off in the morning, which I'm sorry about, but it's just a dream, I'm sure, just making sure.
Well deserved. It's been quite an adventure. Well, I would very much like to get going. I'd like to put some of these thoughts on paper. It'd be easiest to do in the camp rather than walking.
As we're leaving, I would like to hear about your trip. I've seen a lot of things. Misty pearly gates and the truest sunrise in the middle of the night opening up 10 yards from me is not one of them.
Well, what would you like to know?
Specifically, everything.
Do you think it's more interesting than a wizard in a bottle?
That's at least on par.
I do.
It was pretty interesting.
I was not expecting it to happen.
No?
No. I got to take my oaths. I'm a paladin. The oath of the ancients.
Was it a pocket dimension?
I don't know. I don't know how they work. It was just unfolded before me and I climbed the steps, as I am supposed to do.
It was so wonderful, I wanted to take my oaths. I'm no paladin.
There are many wonderful paladins there. All of different oaths. All with different gods, different devas.
Davis.
They were all... Did you take your oath specifically to a deva?
I don't really know. I
What's a
just
deva?
pledged it to the bright one.
Huh.
They have no name. Just a feeling.
And you're just inherently connected to it. You didn't pick one.
No, it picked me.
Fascinating.
Oh, okay, yes.
I mean, I would feel quite good knowing that an angel picked me to have power, take oaths to it. All of mine come from books. I just studied and studied and studied.
I have a celestial lineage.
Yes, of course.
I don't know why these things happen. I did not choose it. It chose me.
She's starting to get her stuff together. She's like, okay. Sounds like you're still choosing it to me, though. Kind of starts. Should not be shitty at all. Oh, you guys get walking?
Yeah, pack up and get rolling.
All of you notice, you feel it beforehand. As soon as you kind of set forth back into the jungle, which had not much of a path, but you had to kind of cut a swath through it to get there, and you start to head. It is filled with animals. Not the path itself, but just the surrounding jungle is just full of animal. I mean, you've seen plenty in Chult. They're all over. But, I mean, it's almost like a congregation of animals. Snakes, various lizards, small mammals, some you've never seen. Some, definitely not like tigers, but smaller cats.
Like any monkeys.
Oh, there are a ton of monkeys, in fact. In fact, there's more monkeys than anything else just in the trees. And they're not all moving. It's almost like they're waiting.
What do you make of all that, Elbin? I'm not used to this sort of audience.
Suppose I could ask. I think I'd just the closest monkey.
Hey!
Hey!
I mean, almost recognizing it as you kind of make eye contact and start walking forward, it jumps from a branch to a branch and kind of comes down a tree.
What are you all doing?
Waiting.
What are you waiting for?
You.
Here I am.
Good.
Glad we've settled that.
Scurries and just...
think they're amused by us.
Is that it?
Maybe me in particular.
Why are there so many of them? Why now? Been here this whole time.
I don't know. Perhaps word has spread. I do have a connection with this place. I feel it. Don't know what it is. I've had strange dreams. I was taken down beneath the jungle, but surely that was just a dream. He doesn't think it's just a dream.
Narrator.
I think Gillian would be thinking about it. That is interesting. Below the jungle, you said. He'll pull his notebook out.
Felt that way in the dream.
That's
Like I was
interesting.
just pulled into it and could see the whole jungle.
This was last night.
Mm-hmm.
And today, the animals.
They seem excited.
Are there any butterflies around?
Yes. I think as you're looking, you're like, none of them are threatening, but it's still one of those just kind of surreal sights to see, like, just a wall of animals. You're like, oh. But then as you look, you start to see, because you're typically looking for fluttering, you start to see butterflies that are also just waiting on small vines. Like some of the, just beautiful, large plumes of flowers, and and you don't notice at first until you see like just the slow kind of wing open and close and turn to the side where you can see the color. Yes.
So this happened last night, and then today the animals are all waiting for you. Amelia, this can't be coincidence, right? Back me up on this.
Also, there's this that I got in the dream.
You got something in a dream, Albin. You know that's not how dreams work. They're in your head only.
What'd you get? What was it?
It's a bag of what I call it, a bag of tricks or whatever.
I think it said it was a bag of tricks, and I think it wasn't called anything else to
A
you.
bag of tricks.
Can I see that for just a few minutes? I'll give it back,
You shouldn't
promise.
have to take anything out of
Of course not. He'll take it, just look around, sit down, pull out his spell book, and cast Identify.
Okay.
Which essentially tells you what it is, how to activate it,
Yeah.
how it was made, what spells were used.
You
to make it.
continue to do it. Amelia's like, it's a bag of tricks. She's like, and you're like,
Yeah.
continue to do it. She's like, it's a bag of tricks. That's what it is. As you finish, you're like, it's a bag of tricks. But you do. You completely understand how to do it. You're like, oh, one of these small statues within here, like the bag itself contains the magic. Once it exits the bag and is thrown, it turns into an animal itself.
Yeah. He'll relay all that and kind of look at it. You said you got this in a dream, is that right?
Well, kind of a dream,
It
but probably
wasn't a
also
dream. Dreams don't give you gifts.
Well, you did walk into a sunrise in the middle of the jungle.
It wasn't a dream.
Exactly.
I'm not claiming it was.
Just because he's asleep doesn't mean it was a dream. There are creatures who can...
I also don't think I was really asleep.
Not just me.
Exactly. There's creatures that can, I believe, pass through mortal dreams. Maybe they're pocket dimensions.
Could be. Plus, there's the Dream Lord in the Dreamlands. Some say it's a myth. I don't believe it.
Infinite possibilities.
The tree sucked me down under the ground.
Do they?
Amelia's taking a sip of water, but
So I guess it wasn't a dream, and a tree sucked me into the ground. I don't know why I said it was a dream.
it would seem
Well, that is
like a dream.
strange enough as your perhaps trauma trying to explain. That is bizarre and wonderful.
Do you think it's connected to you bringing him with you?
I don't know why it would be. He wasn't there except to witness.
Maybe just being in proximity to you and where you were was magical.
I don't think
know.
the bright one turn into a tree and sucked her down into the ground.
Not every day you simultaneously get sucked into the ground by a tree and travel the plains to swear an oath to a deva. I mean, that's pretty big.
It was. I'm still processing it. Also, the voice I heard was a man I knew, whose voice it couldn't have been that face, and he walked away, but it couldn't have been him. I had an interesting night.
We rescued you from stasis in a bottle. You got sucked into the earth. You swore an oath to a deva. All I did was sleep on a feckin' root and I'm sore today.
We'd better tie you up.
So talk to me, fuckhead.
You have no one else to talk to. Wasn't your choice. Alright.
Shall we then?
After you, king of the jungle.
I think he would not take that as a sarcastic remark and would be like, I am fucking king of the jungle.
I suppose.
Don't tell us the lion, but let's go.
As you walk, the animals move with you. None of them get in your path
Like an
whatsoever.
entourage?
Pretty much. Some of them are obviously very slow moving, like the iguanas are just like
Guys, hold up.
they're falling behind.
Wait. The frog.
Right. I mean, but you can see and you can hear it. That's maybe one of the strangest parts is in all of like the kind of underbrush and in the canopy. As you take a step, it's like this cacophony of like locomotion and movement of just plants. I mean, throughout. And, the monkeys are just jumping from tree to tree. None of them, again, are doing anything more abnormal than that. They seem to be living off. Some stop and eat things.
None are threatening or...
No, but it not at all. None are threatening to you. And they're not even threatening to each other at this moment.
Okay.
I think Killian would be thoroughly, simultaneously in awe and also really confused.
I think Elvin would be chatting with, once he got used to it, just chatting up with the animals because he likes having animal companions.
How's it going? How's your day? I love those stripes.
And some of those you pick up and, they're happy to kind of ride with you and have a very rudimentary talk. You speak to them, you know that they're understanding. Some of them can't quite verbalize or even illustrate, but you get just the dull feelings. And I think after most of the day, you get that they're both happy to be with you, that they feel a bit protected, and there's something that they're anxious about. But no matter what you say or try to kind of pull out, they just cannot make you comprehend what they're anxious about.
Useless.
Very true.
No, okay. Anything else on your guys' travels during the day that you want to talk about, to do?
I think I also make them try to the animals and be like, oh, he said he likes your hair, Hildegard, or something like that.
Cool. I'll cast speak with animals.
Okay, yeah. You see that
Which one was it again? Never mind.
most of them are kind of, for a moment, it's a little much because there's so many around that you're picking up. It's the same as if you went to a crowd and there's 1,000 different conversations happening and it was quiet before and you're like, oh my, what the fuck? And I mean, and it's so kind of frenetic too because they're still animals and thinking about things where they're just they're like, oh yeah, the sun's out. Oh, bugs! Just so.
Mate, you got a bug on you? Oh, that was a good one.
I like the way animals would do it.
Right. All right.
So for a second, you almost have vertigo where you're like, oh.
It's also the first time I've ever cast this.
Oh, yeah, tight.
Nice.
You suddenly, as you kind of get over the confusion and vertigo, There's a sense of, I think, calm that comes after it, and just connection. Like these are things of nature. That's an ancient bit. And you also start to understand just the way they talk about it, and they're moving. You're like, I mean, they're completely connected to this environment in a way that I think humanoids. Some elves feel that way, but they're like 1,000 years old when they reach that point.
Yeah.
And
If there's like an animal close by, I'd like to.
Mm-hmm. Any particular one you think you'd try to talk to? Mammal, reptile, monkey? Monkey.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's a monkey that's kind of looking at you and going around the trees and...
Excuse me.
It's Girth.
What? I can't even look at this monkey. Why are you following my friend Elvin?
It seems like it's considering it for a second. He is... Tree Man.
Okay, how long do you plan to follow him? Forever?
What is forever?
Until one of you were to die.
Maybe.
Will you protect him?
We are trying to be protected.
Oh, I understand.
All of us.
I think I understand.
Darkness under the ground.
Same.
Okay.
And, no green. Rot.
Okay. I think I know better why you're here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, it's nice to meet you, monkey. Do you have a name?
Yes. I am called, Two Red Hair, because I have 2 red hairs.
Okay. I'm called Hildegard.
Hildegard.
You can call me Hildy.
Hildy.
It's easier for a monkey, and then I'll like scratch his ear.
Oh, he is. He climbs up your arm too, and just kind of sits on your shoulder, and has his little tiny hands on your head. It pulls on your face sometimes as he rides.
She's like stoked about it too. She's like, yeah,
just.
monkey friend.
And I mean, also looking through your pack, and you can feel it kind of. We almost dive in and.
I would give him like a little piece of like ration or something.
As you do that, other monkeys try to come up.
You are gonna get
You're able to be like, no, that's enough. But I mean, some in the trees have seen that you gave one and are like,
I give him a bell.
and just kind of hopping next to you.
I will say, I gave it to a friend because he gave me information.
They're like, huh?
Maybe later.
They hop back up.
It's best not to feed them.
Well, I see that now.
Guess you do.
2 red hairs is like, no, best to feed us.
Only you in private.
She's crossing out Perel's name. Right?
Does he have a magic stone?
He's just every day like, which one? Oh man.
Can't wait to tell Rel about my monkey
I
friend.
hope that this 2 red hairs and Rel have a fight to the death over it. Amelia is, mostly seems to be taking it in. Doesn't look like she's taking any notes necessarily, but you can see a lot of, and kind of twirling like her own hair, just somewhat lost in thought. You just taking notes?
Yeah, I mean, I think eventually he would reach a point where it's kind of getting pretty weird for him. Mm-hmm. The nature's not his thing, and he's eventually like, all right, this is be ready with the burning hands. Okay.
Can I ask you another question about Rel?
Yeah.
What?
What's his sign?
Like, what's the color of his eyes? Now, what oath did you say he was taking?
He took the oath. I don't think he told you the oath that he took, but he told you that he took his oath to the Deva known as the Judge.
The Judge.
The Judge. And you can decide if you feel like you know about the different Devas and what they do, or if that's foreign to you.
I think it's a personal thing, and I think that every Deva would represent something else. To like, if I told him like, oh yeah, the bright one, he'd be like, okay, cool, like mine's named this.
Yeah, no, I think that makes sense. So, you know, like the Judge.
And there's not like a pantheon of
Yeah, that makes sense.
Devas. I think it's just like a. It reveals itself to you, and it becomes a personal connection, and then you make a name for it, and that's how you refer to it.
I like it. Yeah, that makes sense. He's like the bright one. That sounds like a good name. The Judge sounds like the name of a Deva that you would have in your head.
Yeah.
I like it.
Cool.
Like different aspects of their personalities that they can make available to people or something.
Deva canon for Castle Magna.
Deva
Different
canon.
instance
I
of a
like
Deva.
it. It's going in here.
Could be the same one to someone else, and that other person might call it. Might even be the same one as the bright one, and he just reveals himself differently.
The shiny.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Public static void Deva. You know what I'm talking about?
Don't make this a joke.
That's not a joke.
Just kidding.
That wasn't a joke at all, Indrid. Tell her.
It's a programming comparison. It was kind of funny, but it wasn't a joke.
That had humor, but was not a joke. Okay. I think the rest of the day passes as it has. I mean, for the most part, it is strange that it's continued on this, like, army of jungle creatures, tiny jungle creatures that are just... You also recognize y'all are making a lot of noise.
Well, I mean, what's going to attack us? We got an army of animals here.
Well,
Yeah,
we're protecting
y'all are like
them.
an army of bunnies.
There are monkeys.
It's true.
We can weaponize them.
Put them in bottles.
Miniaturize and weaponize them.
Put him in bottles on a boat.
I got like 50 snakes in this little tiny bot.
Bounce snakes! Yeah. You gotta clean up all the paper later.
I think we have some of this
We have
behind
them
us
right
if
over
you
there, as a matter
wanna, if
of
you want to overload the mic.
Yeah.
You guys stop. Again, you know you're at just one more day outside of Miven's Rest, and you're positive that you've been heading on the right path.
Do we have that like ass backwards map of like random monuments that he gave us?
Didn't they have a pretty good map?
It was pretty good.
this
So
one?
yeah, it is. It's the same where it kind of...
It was added to, and like
Yeah, it was clearly like notes had been made, and some of it you saw was clearly out of date from whenever Ulfgar got it. You're like, that's not here. But the big things, you're like, a ravine, you're like, oh, there's a giant rock that has fallen in two, and it makes an almost A, and you know, he had kind of marked it with an A, and that you clearly found. So the big ones especially, you certainly find.
Okay.
And you're like, got it.
Got it. Got it.
Yes.
And we get a long rest now.
Well,
We had a long rest last night.
Yeah.
So. Oh, because you cast Speak with Animals, right?
We had a long rest last night. So has it been a full day? Is what I'm asking.
it is now the evening of the traveling day.
Okay.
So you know that by tomorrow night, you should reach Miven's Rest.
Oh, okay.
Because nothing's gonna happen.
Now at night in the jungle?
It'll be fine.
Fine.
I just made up a card game.
So we arrive in Mifflin's Rest. Cool, that was fun. These animals were weird.
So level 4, I mean, we travel on exploration experience.
Yeah.
You guys set up camp the best that you can. It's it's hot, but there's no longer any monsoons like on the way here, so you feel fairly confident. I think you're probably more particular after getting yours washed away, like kicking the ground.
Yeah.
No, this is good. And you guys settle in to eat. You notice that as you look at your rations, there seems to be less than you remember eating.
Oh, so there's
There's less, like, now you're like,
Right.
I don't think I ate that much. It's kind of weird.
monkeys sneaking snacks from.
You think you would have known. You think, especially for like a monkey, like just a piece of nature, that you know when one's in proximity to you.
About the rest of our rations.
Yours are fine. Yours are fine. I
Just missing that piece that I gave to
beyond
two
what you
red
gave
hairs.
to two red hairs. Yeah, that's exactly what you thought.
Just missing your heart and some rations.
2 RH, 2 quit.
Yeah.
You guys settle in. Have your fire. And like many of the other nights here, closer, far closer than before, you hear, "Help! Help!" And this time there's something that accompanies it. Another voice that continues. It's like, "Oh, fucking hell! Fucking hell! Grab! You recognize the voice from the caravan of the two guys, Graham and Tor.
Nice. Can I do a divine sense?
Yeah, you can, for sure. Let me see. You get that you're probably a little out of range. You're like, it's too far. But you do get just that kind of, that ping somewhere of the direction from where it's from.
Mm-hmm.
And the vague sense where you're like, is that undead? It seems like it's undead.
I mean, yeah, Killian will be immediately on his feet, especially since he can't be surprised and alert and everything. I think just instantly on his feet, like cloak thrown back.
I would be on my feet, sword out, shield up, and say, like, I know that voice.
Did we get a sense of the direction?
Yeah.
Yeah, from where you guys heard, this time it sounded, frankly, more directional than the last time, whereas the other times it seemed like it had kind of echoed and, like, I can't tell where that came from. This, you have a direction. Let's just say it's north from where you are, and your sense also just kind of pointed you in that direction.
I'll touch my sword with light and kind of just, like, light up the way, because y'all probably can't see shit, so.
I have dark vision.
Yeah.
I don't, so I'll file in right behind Hildy.
Yeah, I mean, I'd check for them and then say, let's go.
I think he'll be doing the thing where he's behind her, like, oh, look over, but like not getting in front of her, you know, keeping his hand on her back.
Amelia, from behind you, takes out a wand, pulls out almost kind of like an amulet in front of her, and also casts light and falls in the back, just kind of looking behind you. So, seems to be kind of backing up to Elvin, and just...
I think Elvin would look like more panicked and concerned than you should, but yeah.
I mean, it sounds unnatural. I mean, it sounds like somebody in, obviously extreme pain, so...
Am I good to cast Mage Armor on myself?
Yeah. You guys, you get that it was beyond your divine sense, so it's beyond 60 feet at least.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Cool.
Is it cool?
I don't know.
Should be fine. I'm not concerned.
Can we take a quick break?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is actually a good time. I was going to reach a stopping point. So, as they're headed off into the jungle, creeping along, a sword lit up, light behind them, the four, including Amelia, are moving towards the sound of incredible pain and agony, and another voice pleading into the night. We'll be back, y'all. welcome back. Thanks for hanging, everybody. I hope you're prepped for a nice little romp in the jungle. Everything should be
Teddy
fine.
bear attack.
It has all teddy bears, actually.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
100%.
Mithril breastplate, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The
Gleaming, I think it's called, right?
I just said do it as mithril because the gleaming just means it can't get dirty and
Got
it's
it.
kind of always sparkly. So
Okay.
yes.
Does it give me like any kind of benefit?
So if you had disadvantage on a stealth check, you don't.
That's
any
right.
Because it's
longer.
so light, yeah.
The other I don't think applies because you already made the strength requirement.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so far
Cool.
that's all.
Wonderful. Do we have any housekeeping?
Yeah, actually we do. We should do that. Sorry, I was all up in here. Gang, if you're watching, most of you probably know, but for anybody who doesn't, Tuesdays and Sundays are our dedicated days of streaming. This that you're watching now is the Chronicles of Peril. It's a number of small adventures strung together with these heroes. But Sundays, right now, is Waterdeep Dragon.
Water Dream.
Dagon.
Water Dream date with the
Dagon.
tieflings.
Water Dream date with a tiefling. Please. We started last Sunday, so it's really easy to catch up on. That was kind of a prelude on how everybody got together and we set up characters. It went amazing.
It was so fun.
It was fun.
It was
real fun.
Our characters are like just perfect. They're on point.
simpatico.
Exactly.
The group is good. Steven did a bunch of like flashbacks. We ended up right in the action. It was cool. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out on YouTube. I think it's worth it. But if you haven't, that's okay because we're starting it proper on Sunday.
You won't have had to watch the first episode.
No, but it's fun. I think you'll love the characters. It's going to be nice to not have a world-ending plot to unravel.
Yeah. That's the first campaign for us where we haven't had to save
I mean, yeah,
anything.
y'all know Tiamat is showing up in that one.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Yeah, level, like, yeah, you guys made it
imagine-
through Dragon Heist. 5 heads come out of Waterdeep Harbor.
I imagine that they would all just be wearing sunglasses, kind of like they were driving like a convertible, like in a heist in a movie.
Oh, man.
Like Tiamat with all her sister heads. They'd be wearing like those like bandanas, like
the
tied under
stinger
their chin.
scene, just driving out of hell and into the material plane. Tune in though. I really think you will love the characters and the story. It's going to be fun and it's brand new for all of us.
Everything was clicking, firing on all cylinders. It was awesome.
With that, if you're not already in our Discord, there's a link down here. Join our Discord. Most of the people I've seen in the chat are in our Discord. They can vouch for it. It's honestly, it's a good place. We talk our D&D games, but also people just talk about
Everything.
everything.
Their
Everything.
games,
It never
their
gets weird.
lives.
No.
It never, ever, not
It
once,
does.
ever
It does get
yeah. Not today.
Today was pretty normal.
It got weird today.
Did it get weird?
Probably.
I missed it. I missed a lot today.
We do at the first Sunday of every month we do a subscriber only raffle. So if you subscribe to our channel and you are in our Discord, you are automatically entered to win a wonderful prize, which is me assembling some fun gifts and mailing them to you. No glitter bombs.
No glitter bombs.
Our first one, Zombie Knight, won the first round and he just got his and I'm so excited.
Yeah, and we got Maddie, I see in the chat.
Yeah.
Yours is coming.
Maddie.
Maddie.
the next one.
I have everything picked out. Need to assemble some stuff. It's a coming.
It's coming. We've got podcast as well, which you can catch up on both of these.
We need to catch up on some of those.
They will catch up on those, but they will be out soon.
Yep.
But yeah, please check out the podcast. It's a lot of our kind of short runs that we've done. There's some funny Kobold ones. There's Tales from the Yawning Portal.
Listen to the Kobold ones.
Yeah, listen to the Kobold ones.
I laughed out loud a couple times in public, like with my earbuds in.
Lindy is hilarious.
Lindy
on
had
that.
me goofing, but I think Raven said something. I think it was when
Check
she
his
threw
butthole.
Zesk. Oh,
Yeah.
that one got me. Also, when she threw Zesk in the fire, I
Oh,
Yeah.
next time you'll fucking listen to me.
Fucking listen to me. Yep. That's Raven, y'all. Let's see. Yeah, I think that is it for the housekeeping that we will do right at the moment. But yeah, keep tuning in. Thank you. Oh, yeah, Divine. Every 500 bits, the party gets a Divine reroll. The gods, you viewers on Mount Olympus, have subtly guided fate to maybe help them out. And they can use it as a reroll or force me to reroll, which I'm going to give you guys your player-given inspiration. We give these little orange-red beads that can be exchanged
Bees?
for blue beads.
Beans.
Given to players for rewards for role-playing cool things if you need it.
When your buddy in trouble.
Oh my god, Maddie! Maddie just gave you... Thank you, Maddie. So you guys...
Thanks,
Oh,
Maddie.
thanks, Maddie.
Maddie has...
Thank
This
you,
is a
sir.
Maddie die that will keep y'all alive.
That's the
hopefully.
Maddie. The Maddie for a natty 20.
Maddie,
Natty
I am
20.
sending you an actual celestial die in the mail. I'm getting it straight from the heavens.
Thank you, Devin. Utilitas has given you another one.
Hold on, we got the Maddie. We got the Devon.
Guys, I'm just gonna go grab a couple more enemies real quick. Hold on. Just kidding.
Right.
Cool.
Y'all are generous. Thank you. It is always appreciated, but we're happy that y'all just tuned in. Now back to the depths of the thick jungles of Chort.
Jolt. Do it.
Jolt.
It doesn't take long as you kind of push through just the underbrush and you come up and you see Tor. I mean, you guys see a humanoid. There is kind of a wrecked campsite that is there, and he's kind of leaning on a tree, looking again further north, just like, Graham.
What was his name again? Tor. Tor.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that I was teaching like how to fight with a sword, right?
That's exactly
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Real quickly, thank you, Zombie Knight, for
Oh my
getting
God.
2 more
Dang.
divine
The
rerolls.
crew.
I love it.
Maddie.
That's good, because I
Devon.
made this a little difficult,
Zombie.
and I'm glad that they have that.
Wait, what? Sean doesn't ever
A little difficult.
deliver on here.
He would never.
Sean.
Difficult.
Feeling it, y'all. Straight, Mr. Hyde's like, don't let him talk to you like that, Henry. Okay. Okay, so yeah, Graham is there. Doesn't even hear y'all come up, even though I know y'all are probably being somewhat stealthy, but I mean, he's just in, it's a humanoid clearly calling out for somebody, and you do recognize.
Okay. I go up behind him and can he see the light from my sword now?
After you kind of get up, he turns.
I would put my hand out like on his shoulder. Like, Tor, do you remember?
He's like, oh my god, oh my god, Hildegard.
What has happened? I'd give him a hug because he clearly needs it.
He's has tears streaming down his face, and he's gripping you tight, and he's like, it's Graham, something has been hunting. We've met up for the party. We've been slowly being picked off. We've heard screams in the night, and then it came big. It was very big, and it just tore him right out of his tent.
What did it look like? Was it an animal?
I think so. Or monster, I don't know. I only saw the bit of it as he was getting pulled out.
In what direction did he go?
That way.
How long ago?
Minutes.
Was it just you and him?
Left. Yeah.
Well, you come with us now. We'll find him.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'll take his hand and, can I do another divine sense?
Yes, you can.
Thanks.
You... Again, it sounds like it's out of range, but again, you get that feeling where it is a bit more powerful now. Like the kind of sense, even though it's beyond your reach, you can't determine exactly if it's undead or fey.
Can I just tell which direction
Yes,
it's coming from?
and you're starting to get, it's a stronger presence now than when you did it just a few minutes ago before heading in.
Hildegard, maybe we should leave him at the camp. He's clearly in shock. He could be a liability.
I'm not leaving him.
Suit yourself.
He kind of shakily, sorry Daisy, picks up the sword that you saw him training with. He puts it in, takes a deep breath.
Are you hurt?
No, not one bit. Not one fucking bit.
Okay. Alright.
Alright, let's move. If it's been minutes,
We can save him. Graham.
I don't know. Maybe.
Sure we can.
Let's go.
Amelia makes eyes at you.
Be good. Yeah.
Like,
Are
for a
all
second.
of the animals still?
The animals have now stopped, in fact, and one monkey kind of comes up before you go in, and it's pointing, and you can still understand this kind of rudimentary speech where it's just like, the rot, and then they're all kind of backing up. And all the animals have stopped. Your war band of animals will go no further.
That's not a good sign.
Seems to be what they wanted us to come to, though.
I hope. I think we'd be booking it.
Okay. Just full out running through.
Whatever you think we should
I
do.
follow Hildegard.
Just
I'm not running, but I'm quickly walking. I'm not really trying to stealth.
gotcha.
What's between walk and jog?
You do notice there's kind of a clearly, as you're moving through with your sword lit up, you can see the broken branches and some of the tracks that are big. Like you can see the prints and you can see a kind of dragged line.
Elvin, have you seen footprints like this before?
You have. You think that it looks a little bit different, like almost looks like a owl bear or bear tracks maybe.
Some kind of bear. Owl bear.
Not yet. But
Keep going.
okay.
Do you hear anything?
You're kind of coming and you hear two shouts. You hear, oh God! And then shortly after that, please no!
Does it sound like...
Sounds similar, but it sounds a little strange.
Okay. Tor, was that him? Was that his yell?
It's Graham for sure.
I'll give him a...
Yeah. Elben. Well, I'm
What
going
do
to
I-
dictate
what
what
do I
Elben
do?
does. Elben gives me all this stuff. Killian shrugs and is like, we've got no choice. If we want to try to save him, we need to hurry.
Keep pursuing.
This is fine.
Yeah.
As you guys kind of come through this tree line, there's tall grass, the moon and starlight is casting down, and you see a mound. And it's strange, you see dirt, you see overgrowth over it, but there's clearly what looks like, you're like, is that rock? It looks like bone. I'll go ahead and put this on here. It is a massive skull. I mean, most of you know what the size of giants are. This would make them look like dwarves. But you see that it's sunken now down into the ground as if it's been here for a long time. So the back, you see these kind of jagged bits of teeth that are the size of tombstones kind of before you. Then there's grass, ferns, and then almost like it comes up on a hill, you see bone, recesses of eyes filled in with dirt. It caves off again and you can see more bones sticking up.
Does it look like a humanoid skull?
Somewhat from here, yes. You're like, that does look kind of like a humanoid skull. And as you kind of all come out and have your surroundings, you hear, again, two voices. One farther back, please, 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 please. And then immediately in that grass you hear, help! and then you see something pressing itself above the grass. And it has kind of the body of a bear, but it looks like pieces are flaking off. There's fur that's flaking off, and the head looks more like a crocodile. But there's huge swaths of just bone and dead teeth, and there are no eyes within it. It's the skull of a crocodile, and it's, as it lifts itself up, it opens as if to roar, and it's "Help!" is what you hear in a humanoid voice. I'm gonna need everybody to roll
My dude.
initiative. Y'all are about right here. You know what? I
Oh
need.
my god! Those teeth look so sharp.
I need some.
Don't hurt yourself,
Could
Leonard.
hurt a man.
You know Castle
File
Mac's
down on this
insurance.
brick.
Castle Mac insurance is
Where was it? Back here?
out
Actually,
of date.
I think it's supposed to be up to. It's dead, right?
Yeah.
I'm afraid not, friends.
Re-dead.
I'm gonna re-deadify.
I think it's re-deedified.
Alright, yes, Tor is with you, though he does not look this fearsome whatsoever. Okay. Let me do a couple initiatives here. Ooh, pretty good for that thing.
We're all so happy for that thing.
Okay, I'll give...
Wait, is that a fourth inspiration that I missed?
Yeah, because Zombie gave you all 2.
Oh, Zombie gave the doubles.
Zombie.
Thank you. Zombie.
Is that from something?
Andrew, don't even act like you don't go home and listen to the Cranberries while you cry yourself to sleep.
I listened to him on the car ride home and cry myself to car.
Cry myself to an accident.
Okay, I don't know where the other ally one is, so I'm gonna put Lieutenant is actually gonna be Amelia.
Cool.
And then ally 1 will be Tor.
Got it.
Okay, so where are we at initiative-wise, y'all?
19.
19 minus 10.
Okay.
19 minus 4. I'm sorry, 15 for me. And 18 for Anarchy.
Okay.
We should always answer Sean in riddles. How much damage did you do? The square
2
root of
score and 7
140.
less.
I don't like going first. I have to think.
What is another cranberries hit?
No, but there's no reason to let it linger right now.
Do
Just
you
move
have
on.
to? Do you have to? Do you have to?
Fucking kill you. Okay, so since they...
My favorite thing about Coach is just how good he is about thinking about 90s grunge jams.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
he is the embodiment of 90s grunge. So.
Alright, Elbin, that is what you see.
What is this?
So that is
Sushi?
looks like a mandible.
Did you say sushi?
Yes.
All right.
I was hoping Sean got you 'cause it was-
You can climb over. It is difficult, but you can make it over it for sure. There's no climb. It's just a difficult check going over it.
Okay. I will. Breastplate doesn't make them slower, does it? I will cast Entangle in this general area.
Okay.
It's a 20-foot square, so
What's the range on it?
90 feet.
Cool.
Could you draw a 20-foot square around there for me? Any save that it needs to make, or is it on its turn?
13 strength. Now, yeah, I need to know.
No.
Yep.
Okay. Failed.
My dude. I can't decide. You get the idea. Oh. I really need to close it.
I gotcha. All right. Vines just pull out of the ground and start wrapping around these strange half fur, half scale, half bone legs and the torso of it, and it lifts its head to you and help! Anarchy.
Anarchy will immediately be diving off my shoulder, fly forward to about here, and provide the help action for me.
Okay.
The help action.
You are actually.
Yeah, that was. I'm sorry.
Alright. Let's see. Okay. Amelia. 25. Amelia goes, raises her wand, and points it, and you see 3 streams of almost force missiles go out.
Sweet.
Are they magical?
They are. Okay. And you see them ripping some of the vines out, but just kind of down the torso, and it now it reaches its head and was like, "Help! Help!" Okay. Can it attempt to escape
Yes, using its action.
using its action? Okay. And it's DC 13. Made it.
Let's go ahead and use the Maddie reroll on that, my dude.
Made it.
Sorry, Maddie. We tried.
Thank you, Maddie. And thank you, Fate.
I'll fade you a dick.
So for its action, it difficult through here.
Yeah. How you doing? What's up?
It gets right there. Actually, no. That's what it does. It just pulls itself out and Killian.
Killian will 10, 15, 20, 25. And drawing from the power of the greenery around him, I'm going to cast a 2nd level Witch Bolt.
Damn.
Yes, sir. Alright, but I do have to roll to hit, and I don't get the help action because Anarchy has to be adjacent, so... 17.
That is a hit, my dude.
Tight. Be 9 damage.
As it pulls its way through, screaming somebody else's scream of help, and is putting its claws up on this giant mandible of some skull with a mouth open. And you feel it as you look down, though. The grass here already has this hue of like, almost looks like there's a film on it of decay. But as you do this wish bolt, it too kind of beams coalesce into one and then wrap around it, and it just help.
Nice.
And it is sizzling. Hildegard.
Is this difficult?
It is difficult.
Yep.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yep, exactly.
I'm gonna attack with my sword. 13 plus 4.
Oh yeah, that is a hit.
And I am going to snide.
Ooh.
1d8.
Be 3d8 total.
Yep.
Unless it's undead.
You know what? It is undead.
Take
4d8.
9.
17 damage.
Oh, I got there.
I got you.
A little bit later.
Hey, I'm helping you with dungeon math.
Do I have 2 attacks yet or no? Just one?
No, I'm afraid not. But that was a hell of a hit. As you come over the side, plunge your sword into its torso and just pull it down, strafing down it. And the light, the radiant light from within you, lights up and you see it burning. More so than it would have otherwise. The radiant damage clearly it doesn't like. And it just yelps out, "Please!"
Tight.
Smelt.
Tor does not fully know what to do. He's definitely moving forward, kind of cautiously. He doesn't look like he quite wants to get up into the fray.
Don't blame him.
El bon.
I like that.
I think I will become a wolf.
Become a
Oh,
wolf.
your toothpaste there.
I got you.
He's coming. We're inconveniently spread out right now. Trying to help all my friends.
Toothpaste there.
All right.
Actually, maybe now. Actually, I can't get us all now, so I will put toothpaste. Well, I can't put toothpaste bear where the big boy is, can I?
No, I don't think so.
So I don't think
know.
I can get both of them with him, so I'll wait.
So you, Elvin, you close your eyes, and time seems to freeze for a moment. And your consciousness, you feel drained down into the soil itself, and it starts traveling. And then you feel it through the ocean, underneath all these ocean, just little creatures and algae, back up another shore into the woods that you knew. And there is a wolf drinking at a pond, and it lifts up its head, and you're seeing through its eyes, and as it opens them, it's seeing through yours, and you have transformed into a wolf.
That's cool.
Anarchy.
I think Anarchy will fly in and give the help action to Hildy.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Let's see.
If you stop shaking the table.
I'm sorry, yes. I didn't know I was doing it.
All right. You see Amelia start spinning her wand around and muttering something to herself. And 3 rays of fire exit and every single one of them hits.
Sweet. Not bad.
What's Bailiff Band? Sorry.
That is Scorching Ray. I'll give you one more after this. That's 5, 10. That's 20. 22 damage. Okay.
Not bad. Good old Scorching Ray. You can always count on him. Pinch.
Which Ray? Scorching Ray.
Ray Lamont.
Played by Ray Romano.
Hey,
Okay. Alright.
Okay.
Let's see. Andrew, I'm gonna have you roll. Go ahead and roll a d4. You are low. Hildegard's high.
1.
It is you, my friend.
Oh, man.
Chomping on that wolf.
Wolf snacks.
Alright, first, its mouth opens, and as it comes to bite at you, you can hear a number of voices that have all molded together. Help, please, help!
I say we just go ahead and let the old Devon reroll come into play there.
What's your armor class as a wolf?
13.
13? Yeah, gotcha.
No, man.
Thanks, Devon. It was much better. You took 11. You shaved 11 off that roll.
You take 8 points of damage, and then a claw comes and tries to pummel you. That one also hits. Keeping it?
Nah, man. Let's just go ahead and reroll.
Okay.
We're getting into the
Let's go
zombie
with the
rerolls.
zombies.
Your armor class is so low. Cool. Rolled into a 20.
Yeah. He's-
I will say this. If I'm using a die as a DM and I roll one into a 20, we're going to go with the original one. I'm not going to turn it into a crit.
Are you sure? Kill your friends. It's okay.
I don't know. That feels cheap.
Kill your friends. He's got tons of hit points.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Kill your friends, Sean.
I mean,
Look at them, Henry.
it's a divine reroll, but like the gods aren't always in your
That's-
favor.
Yeah, me and Lydia listened to all of Norse gods. We know, or Norse mythology. We know gods are kind of dicks.
They are.
Take 15 more points of damage.
God,
At
they
the very
really
least,
are.
it made it more interesting.
Like fucking Loki is actually the worst.
Is the best.
Are you back out of Wolf?
Oh yeah, by far.
Yeah.
You
I have
back,
11 hit points.
back to Elvin?
Hang in there, buddy.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
What's the pretty one?
Freya.
Freya. I like her the best.
Well, I enjoyed my time as well.
Rel looks like Frey, her twin brother, so. You see this bite down, just sink its teeth into this wolf form, slam Elvin down, and then take a claw and rake it down him. And as it's midway, he turns back into his form and just recoils as claws just go past him.
Does he come back prone or does he come back?
Come back, standing up.
I didn't know.
It's a good question. Killian.
All right. Killian would shout like, "Hildy, Elvin!" and then just continue the old witch bolty.
Only the monkeys will have to call me Hildy.
Monkey.
A 17.
Damn.
Level 2 witch bolt. I think witch bolt would be a staple, and it grows well. You know.
This thing is not looking good. It's just, it still has a kind of seared side from your smite. There's still vines that have kind of trailed off of it, and your witch bolt is just swirling around it, electrifying it. It's burned from scorching rays. Hildegard.
I will attack
With
with
advantage.
advantage.
Yes.
Ooh, okay, I'm gonna smite that Mo.
Language.
Lydia. 8d8.
2, 3.
Yeah, I got 2 of them. Okay.
5. I have a lot of dice. 6, 7.
And if only your dice were color coded.
Yeah, I don't like that, and they are color coded based on my favorites. Don't ruin my smite.
man, that was
God.
brutal.
Oh my
Holy smokes!
Wow. All right, I got you, Lid. You ready? You
Yeah.
ready for this?
Yeah. Do it. You keep my
20.
calculator.
30,
37.
48.
How
48 damage.
does this smite kill this abomination of a thing?
Tight. So I think that I pull my sword back and just close my eyes because I feel like just someone else taking over, and just smash into him and just like radiant light from within.
Just explodes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so just it sinks into at first the neck and then goes into this like skulled head, and then light first pours out of these like eye sockets, then the mouth, and for a moment you hear a drowning howl. All of you are covered in viscera of this thing. Bone fragments hit you. You have defeated my, I don't know what to call it, puzzle.
What's the guy's name we're looking for?
Graham.
I would start calling for him. Graham!
You hear a muffled, but then you hear something else. You hear, It does not sound like the same line.
I was like, oh, welcome back.
Just
Are we staying in initiative?
yeah.
Okay.
Actually, no. You have a moment. You have a moment. We can do a new initiative if there's something you want to do.
I wanted to do an action.
Okay. Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah.
I would like to do some Radiant Soul and sprout some wings.
Hey. Y'all see for the first time, right? This is the first time you've done it, right?
Legally.
Legally. Nobody saw that because you fell in a hole.
And I wasn't supposed to use it yet.
You see Hildegard put her sword down. As she lifts her head, I mean, wings of pure light. One, and they fully extend.
Oh man, I left my hand-painted angel upstairs.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
I did it myself. So I have a flying speed of 30. I would like to fly like in that direction to get an aerial view.
Okay.
And I do have dark vision.
You got it.
Tight.
Got it.
There's a flying stand back there.
Yes, indeed.
Is the laughing from the direction of that?
As you get there, you can tell that you can see Graham tied up back in that spot there in the recess, right in the middle, in that little kind of canal. Mm-hmm. There's a number of other bodies that you see that look like they're dead, and some of them look like they've been just stitched to each other or together. Graham is sitting kind of right in the center of this little thing that they're not moving, but he's clearly like, ooh, ooh. The rest of you hear all of the laughing again, just who has come to play in my jungle?
It's not your jungle, but who are you?
An agent. You start to hear the moving that sounds like rope, or it sounds maybe like someone lightly running a finger over violin strings, like just chords tensing. And you feel like you see almost a vast bit in the grass around you. You just can't see these invisible cords that are starting to pull across the ground. And all around you, suddenly what kind of stands up, you see these masks first pop up, and then furry bodies raise with arms out. And then they lift, and there's a monkey face that's clearly dead, and it's like, ah! And it looks like they have strings attached to them.
You are a sick man.
Yes.
You're sick, man.
Just a tour of Sean's psyche.
Y'all don't ever have dreams about mask-wearing puppet monkeys?
No, in my dreams they're not marionettes.
They are marionettes in mine.
They're just regular mask-wearing monkeys in mine.
Lucky for you, I guess.
Oh my god!
Okay. Let's go ahead and do some new initiative.
Okay.
So they want to fight us?
They don't look like they want anything, to be honest with you. Okay, where are we at, y'all?
22.
Holy smokes, Albert.
That's pretty good.
13. No, 40 to
117. So it sounds like so. It says
25. And 3.
My man, level 3, y'all got 22, 25 initiatives.
And NBD.
Let me see.
Do you want to pour me one more squad jangle?
No. Go get a watermelon.
I just want a whole beer. I just want a taste of
You
a
just
beer.
want.
I don't
you
want a
just-
dessert for myself. I just want a bite of yours.
I don't want fries.
Okay, y'all.
Can I eat some of those fries?
Killian, it is you. And actually, we'll get to you when we get to you.
Okay. See?
Okay.
Hey, I'd like to inspire Andrew. Just kidding. I was going to inspire you.
You were that was mess with one of them.
That was so cruel.
It's like, yo, which one of y'all gonna get burned?
Well, thank you. I will inspire Hildy. I'm sorry, Andrew. But this is for that sweet angel baby. Alright. So, on
Sean, you want to inspire?
Killian's turn, he will, like, turn his back to everyone and be like, like, start backing up because he's kind of out here on his own. He will walk to, actually, he's going to stay right there. Bonus action, cast a spell, and I think as he casts it, his mouth and throat start to glow red. And then he will just breathe a cone of fire on that dude. If you could
yeah.
please make me a dexterity saving throw, my dude.
Failed.
12 damage.
How does that thing go?
Oh man, just ignites, and the grass around him ignites, and just withers and burns.
You see just a scorching cone that comes out. Also, Elvin, because you're right there, you also see almost an equal distance in the cone. That way, behind is a cone of decay.
Decay on decay?
Decay on
Then
decay.
he will back up. Is this still? This isn't still.
No, he turned into a wolf and then got.
Go back up to there.
Well, that's one minute, so whatever you think. I guess it's been a minute, probably, right?
You would have lost
Yes.
concentration.
Oh, yeah.
That's me.
Okay. I'll just put over at the end because I forgot. Elvin.
Is bag of tricks bonus action or action? Do you...
I don't remember. I'm gonna say it's an action probably to pull something out and toss it though. It's gonna be my ruling at the moment.
I'm gonna do it. Gotta use that thing.
You roll the D8 and figure out what it is, huh?
Yeah. A 1, which I'm pretty sure means it's like a squirrel or something. Do you have it handy or?
Yeah, I'll look it up real quick.
I'm pretty sure the lower it is, the less powerful it is. So
Is it?
it's probably just like a gerbil. It's a penguin.
Go attack gerbil.
It's a penguin that can't survive in the jungle like you.
Attack gerbil.
It is a weasel.
Nice. Perfect.
I have a weasel painted, as a matter of fact. At least I think it is. It's some small mammal.
Like an 18
Yeah,
AC, 20 hit points.
It's a +5 to hit and it does 1 piercing damage static to something.
Okay. It's not
There you go. I don't know. What is this thing? It's a marmot of some kind.
I think that's a badger, but I think that will work. You can throw it 20 feet, so you can pick 20 feet around you if you want.
Just put them right there.
Okay.
Roll initiative for the weasel.
It'll act on your initiative, and you can choose when. In fact, I'll let it act right now.
Okay.
At the end of your initiative, it will act, so it gets to act.
You're like, ha ha!
See about this,
Gift.
and just a.
Well, you know what? Well, okay. Yeah. First, he will weasel that guy.
All right, go ahead and roll for me.
Weasel on, my dude.
Absolute hit.
That's a weasel hit.
That is a 1 damage. It's just this strange marionette monkey doesn't seem to notice though. Just it has a weasel just kind of on its shin, and it's still turning just.
Well, that weasel's about to get 8 more hit points.
It's 8 for everybody?
Yeah.
As you've seen again, a spiritual bear with gossamer and frost just runs out of Elbin and lands in the center.
I am the king of the jungle. Nice. Bitch. You said
Just
just
appropriate. I looked at Weasel.
You don't want it anymore? This is like 4 squadrillions.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Didn't back it.
I did. My throat hurts.
I didn't make it anyway, so it's fine.
Allergies or?
Yeah, allergies. I forgot to take Zyrtec for like 3 days.
Gotcha. Didn't like it.
Alcohol kills the germs.
Yeah.
From within the skull, out of the eyes, you start to hear a voice that sounds like pure chaos to your minds. It's just... But it sounds like a ton of other things too. I need everybody to make charisma saving throws, please.
That should be fine. Nice. I'm gonna use my inspiration.
They should also get, I don't know if you already did it, but they get the 8 hit points too, I guess, right?
Oh yeah, I gotcha.
I passed mine. I got like rolled that 18.
I rolled an 18.
16.
Okay. You actually all pass.
Right.
For a moment, you are paralyzed with fear. You're like, oh my god. And then all of you manage to shake it off.
Awesome.
Hildegard.
We all heard that coming from the skull.
Mm-hmm.
Can Killian spin to reaction to shout something real quick?
Yeah.
And just be like, Hildegard! Maybe you can find it! My accent's all over the place. I'm trying to stick with the Irish, but that was a fail. I can admit that. I'm a big man. I can admit that was a failure.
Who's a big boy?
Who's a good boy?
Can I see anything?
You can see that there looks like there's a couple, just like the eyes here kind of have, like this is all raised, so it's almost kind of sitting like this and you're flying over top of it. The eyes you could enter, it looks like there's spots to enter within the skull in the back.
And that's where the sound came from?
It definitely came from within the skull. You can't exactly determine if it was closer to either side.
Okay. How far can I throw a dagger?
I think it's 20 feet is short range.
20
60
feet
feet is like max.
Okay. I'll dash. And see if I can see anything.
Okay. I mean, I think as you get over there, you see some, like a small kind of crack where there's some light on the inside. And that's still it's basically a small hill. So you can reasonably determine that whatever that voice emanated from came from within the skull.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, let's see. Amelia is... For those two over there, you see Amelia hold her wand and slam it. Those two are gone in a fireball that just explodes. Just sweet.
Killian is hoping she'll let him copy that spell out of her spellbook.
Okay. Let's see. This one is going to come over to you. Your weasel, no, it hasn't left its range, is going to attack you, Elvin. What is your armor class, my range?
16. It's okay.
16?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah,
Make
absolutely
the hands
doesn't,
go wobbly.
doesn't get you.
I can't help it.
Got a restless leg.
Jittery.
This one's going to attack you.
Okay.
Oh no!
You got one.
Let's go ahead and use the
my dude.
last zombie night. Come on, zombie, help me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Tight. Thank you, zombie knight.
Y'all have helped him.
And hurt. But help and hurt. And that's the joy of it.
Oh yeah, let me continue to go here. I think it has to dash either way. And this one, I'm gonna come attack Amelia, actually. Actually, no. This dude's right here is gonna attack him. Absolutely gets him. You see Tor.
I probably don't see.
Yeah, well, Tor, you hear and go down.
You know what those 8 extra healths?
Oh, yeah, actually, it does have those 8 extra healths. You told me about it and I forgot. No, this digs in, he's like, he's trying to kick it off. And you can, as each one of them goes, you can hear almost like wires snapping, even though you can't see where they're leading from, just strings getting cut. Cool.
You got one left, I think.
Thank you. I got so many little buds down here, I don't know what to do.
Just
This
little
one.
buddies.
Little puppets.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, I might still get her. Nope, that's not. Tries it. She kicks it off. Okay, Tor is gonna take a swing on this monkey and hits.
I knew I taught him.
Yeah.
I think, is Anarchy off there?
Oh, I'm so sorry. She must have.
She was last, so
She was.
you just put
I
her
think
last.
he was last.
No, doesn't matter.
All right. So
Yeah, I doubt it. You would have fallen.
it doesn't happen. Yeah. So this one over here, you see. Well, there's a fear, and then he's and cuts down, and a couple strings cut. Still manages to pull itself back up again, like shoelace being pulled to just. But he got a good hit on it. Anarchy can go now.
I think Anarchy will actually disengage. And she'll fly after Hildy.
Okay. Killian.
Alright. Killian, seeing Elbin, his friend who took some damage, is going to, for the first time ever, be selfless and run right there. So, attack of opportunity there.
Yes.
But didn't actually take damage just now, if it helps. But earlier, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You take 4 points of damage.
Concentration. Good.
What were you concentrating on?
Fire breath.
Oh, right.
Or dragon's breath, or whatever it's called. And then I will need those 2 dudes to make me a dex saving throw.
What am I trying to beat?
13.
Yep. Alright, so they made it.
For 4 damage each.
Alright, you still just. And there's that second delay where now strings are popping, fur is melting. They make no noise though, whatsoever. Just.
Weird.
Elbin.
I will just. Yeah, I'll just swing on the one right next to me with my scimitar.
Gotcha.
13. No, sorry, 12.
You hit.
For 7.
How does that one go, my dude?
I think. So they're literally hanging from strings.
You don't see the strings, but you hear them. They seem to be, yes, hanging from strings.
I think I just chop one of its arms off and then
Just.
see if it dangles after I chop its arm off.
Yeah,
If
for
I
a
can.
second it kind of spins around like that and then falls.
Oh no, I don't want to do that. Yeah, write the duration down on that. You know how long healing spirit lasts?
A minute.
Minute.
Anybody else hurt?
Nope, only temporary hit points, which I can't get back.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. I'm good.
Can't ever get it back.
Okay.
What's the boss gonna do? What's Bruce Springsteen gonna do?
I need
What is the boss?
you, Hildegard, to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay, I can do that. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Oh, wait, trying again.
Okay.
You got better.
I got 2 of 4.
As you're kind of flying and looking, you start to hear, I'm going to put you on strings.
God.
And suddenly a cloud is above you. And it's too late as you hear the crack of lightning traveling down.
Is it lightning damage?
It is. You take 12 points of damage.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Just... And
I don't know. You took my temporary hit points. That's pretty cool.
Smart.
Thanks.
You see that, Hildegard got caught right in the middle for a second. You see her suspended with just her silhouette, with just a blank of lightning across it, and it slams into that skull hill, just... Hildegard.
I will try to walk into where the light is to see if I can get a...
Okay, fly down and kind of... Yeah, there's clearly, as you fly down, there's kind of a person-sized carved-in hole, almost looks like a doorway.
I will go in.
As you go in, you see a mostly gray figure with a painted, kind of the skull, like zombie makeup painted. Clearly looks like he's decaying.
Mm-hmm. Like in a Hannibal suit?
Yes, a little bit like that, yeah. It's flaking off, and he's sitting cross-legged, and as he kind of lifts his hands, you can see all these tendrils of string that you can see have been led into this giant skull, and it almost sounds like you're inside an instrument now as it... And he slowly turns them to you, and you can hear them getting taut.
Okay.
Where is she at?
Sorry, go ahead and put her about where Anarchy is. And I will put this little fucker in here. Be back a little bit. Yeah.
Do I have enough movement left to attack him?
Let's see, where you were flying. How high were you above the ground?
Well, he knocked me down with lightning.
Oh, did he knock you down?
Well, I would imagine so.
Oh, I didn't think he knocked you down.
Oh.
I mean, you would have still maintained flight. You just took you couldn't fly out of the way.
I don't know.
I would say flying down and getting in there, I think you're at where you're at.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Amelia. Sorry, I could not remember. I was like, more of those ones.
Yeah.
Kind of pulls back her wand, and again, magic missiles fly out. 2 on this one and 1 on the one over there. Actually, I got them both.
Nice.
So, Killian, you can see and just strength, and then 1. Cool. She looks skilled. Okay. Not many left. This one is going to attack you, Elbin. You're a 16, you said? That doesn't get you, actually. This one's coming over to you, Elbin. That one does get you. Alright,
Hold on.
Team N.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my reaction, that arcane deflection, to add +2 to my armor class. Actually, scratch that. I'm gonna get a shield.
Got it.
Reaction for shield.
Just as the mouth kind of almost sounds like it's a hinge that opens as it's coming at you, it just like there's 2 pins right here and goes, and just as it's about to come in on your flesh, you can feel it get pushed off as the shield kind of starts in your marrow and
Sweet.
let's see. Tor. He's like, gotta get Graham. And starts running off this way.
That should be fine.
Yeah, he's fine. I'm probably fine in this cave alone.
Anarchy.
Anarchy is going to fly in through the hole with Hildegard.
Gotcha. Okay. Killian.
Killian will... let's see, 15 foot doesn't quite get him enough. He'll go here, breathe fire on that dude.
Gotta make a dex save.
Yeah, dex save there.
Made it.
I'm happy for you. 4 damage.
How's it go, my dude?
Oh, nice. Oh, unceremoniously, he's just hosing the area down in flames. And then he's got...
There's still residual kind of flames and decay around here that you've just... I mean, this entire area is just...
tight. And then he's gonna run right up to the skull and kind of push his body into it.
Yeah, you can...
Lean against it. Oh, is it, can I get in?
Yeah, you can get in here. It's kind of like you would have to kind of duck down and crawl in. Like, it's like imagine eye sockets that are half submerged.
Gotcha.
So there's still the kind of crescent moon on the top that you could
Okay, cool.
crawl in. Sorry, I didn't make that very clear.
No, you're good. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Elvin.
We saw what happened with Hildegard, right? Getting struck by lightning. And all that
Yes,
stuff.
you did. And then her clearly fly in.
To a hole.
Into
In a skull.
A hole in the skull.
Well, let's go.
It's fine.
Skull.
Okay, well, I guess my weasel will go first.
Do it. Roll it. That is not a
I
hit.
wish weasels had pack tactics.
And I will frantically swing upon him, worried about Hildegard.
You hit.
4.
How do you kill him, my dude? They've taken damage.
I think mid-stride, going away from him, just poke him on his way.
As strings cut.
And then I would... 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm a weasel.
Battle weasel.
Okay. Hildegard.
Yes.
How's it going? No, I guess my bear can move to in case we need a strength
Oh, it can
save.
move?
Maybe it has a bonus action, I think.
That's cool.
Let me double check that. But I'm pretty sure it says a bonus action. Yeah, up to 60 feet, so.
Alright. This thing, as it stands up quite easily from, sitting cross-legged, it just, and again, sounds like a violin being tuned. And as it moves forward, it just yanks some of the strings, grabs your breastplate, and then you just feel thunder. It's gotta hit you, though. What's your armor class?
16.
I'm afraid that got you.
Hang in there.
Is this lightning damage too?
This is actually thunder damage,
Oh, okay.
if that makes a difference
It
to you.
doesn't.
Just the sound effect.
Is this shocking grasp?
It is not.
Thunder grasp.
Huh?
You take 13 points of damage as it feels like your breastplate might just get crushed with thunder and the sound within it. As you get there, you can see this flash of light, but then a and he's like, how are you gonna look on strings?
You're gonna say on stream. Like, how do I look?
Hildegard, it is your go as this palm is still with all of these wrapped strings around, almost looking like rings on the fingers, just connected.
Do I have the help action right now? No.
He wasn't there yet for her.
Got it. 13 plus
Yeah,
change.
you definitely.
Okay. So it's just one little d8.
One old D8.
4, and then I do an extra 3 radiant.
Oh, because of your cool form.
That's correct.
Cool form.
So,
cool
so
form.
wait, what was it? That you attack with your sword?
11 total.
So 11 total. That
3 of them were
was
radiant.
rated. Just you cut. As you kind of cut, your sword gets caught for a moment in these like now web of strings that you can't tell how there's so many around you, and you move through and they're just as you slice down. He's like,
Is lay on hands an action?
yes.
Oh, why don't I have healing word?
Okay.
Should have played a cleric, Lid. I told you. I told you the whole
You
time.
told me I couldn't
Played
play
a cleric.
You're like, don't play a cleric. Everyone hates clerics. No one likes it when you play clerics anymore.
You were adding a lot of words to my
And you said
mouth.
it to me. Right, you said it.
Well, you just move Tor 30 feet that way. And Anarchy.
Anarchy will now fly down onto the other side and give Hildegard the help action.
Okay. Anarchy is now moving through these many strings and just. It seems to be swatting away, but again, it sounds like a seesaw as it has to move its limbs. Killian.
Alright, Killian will push through this, I imagine, as some kind of difficult.
Yeah, it's difficult to kind of just make it through that initial bit, but you're good after that.
Gotcha. He will just stop right there, because that is in range, and if that dude could make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
That is.
Can you put pass in these, or?
Am I gonna get hit too?
No, I stepped. I stayed at. Oh man, that was a good one too. 6 damage. Fire damage. But I think he's also like trying to catch the strings around him.
You can, and I mean they're being plucked as they like start to burn and kind of unravel, and now more of these are just kind of laying down across him. Elbin.
Album.
Elmo.
So, and then I guess I'll just. I'll frostbite.
Okay.
So, con save looking for 13.
I'm afraid that's a pass, my dude.
Critically.
Actually, I do have a bonus action. Oh, but I can't do so. Never mind.
It, for a moment,
You can do a bonus action spell if you do a cantrip.
Oh, for standards,
Yeah.
okay.
go for it.
Hildegard, you are hurt, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I will put the healing spirit right here. If you want to just
Conga line it.
take a dip.
I will conga line it,
Okay.
thank you.
Put your foot in, take your foot out.
I like to think, okay, so
Yeah.
healing spirit's lame mechanically, but I'm gonna try and make it cooler. It's just like a little glowing bit of energy, kind of like what was the thing at the Basilisk Temple? that healed us?
Like the microwave?
the hutch, the jade hutch.
And it had some kind of
The microwave.
glowing, so some kind of natural glowing energy that just looks
It looks
healing.
like the thing at the Science Museum that you put your hands on and it's like, you know?
I haven't been at Science Museum in a long time. But yeah,
I know what you mean.
it's exactly what you just said.
Makes your hair stand up.
There's some, as you pull a spirit up, it looks similar to the jade hutch, but it's almost just pure mana that's being channeled out of Chol as it kind of raises up.
And I think if there are any like little, so we're like in like a dank little cave kind of thing. I think some little maybe previously dead weeds and stuff are kind of like you can see them kind of sprout up. and
You can
start
see that this
dancing.
place, as you enter, it's covered in. A lot of things are covered in mushroom, but a lot of it looks like a strange moss, like decay, like it's rotting in here. But yes, around there, flowers spring back up immediately.
Cool.
Very nice. And as you do that, it again with those strange, like, seesaw type noise of. And everything seems to move around you as it turns to you. And it's like. No strings on you.
Starstruck. That's understandable. I am the king of the jungle.
And I'm going to need. Okay, around you two, suddenly he pulls up his arms, and as he does, you feel things rumbling beneath you. And through the ground, black tentacles are pulled up out of the ground. And at first they look almost inert and dead, but then he starts moving his fingers, and they start whirling around you.
I disagree.
Hildegard.
I will step one to the side.
Gotcha.
And then back.
And then back?
Yeah.
Got it.
How much do I heal?
D6.
D6.
You're welcome.
Thank you for those 2 hit points.
Amen.
That's up.
It's some sort of.
I will. That wasn't an action, was it?
No, that was just your movement.
Advantage. Aniki got your back. I like that. Get the. Oh, you were dialoguing the freak. It's like.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2d8.
I turned my audition on.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
And then that's
17
plus,
damage.
And then plus another 3.
20 damage.
Yikes.
20 damage.
Out of curiosity, concentration over here, or were they creatures?
Actually, let me see. So, mix them and match them. It is actually concentration.
What the H was that?
Yeah, man.
Monster. Devil. Disappear.
Be gone.
Devil.
That's bad.
Made it.
Yeah, I figured out I could do that when I was younger. I could make a noise and whistle at the same time.
The devil got his grips in Steven.
Oh man, that's like a fucking creepy engine.
I like to imagine I'm dialing it. Weird talents your friends have. Steve, do you have any extra talent to? Yeah, check this out.
How many megahertz am I going to? You choose. No, you tell me. I'll match it.
The second voice comes from the void.
Hildegard, you, as it turns its strange, stringed body towards Elvin, you immediately dig in and turn the blade, and you can tell that it cuts some, almost sounds like it cut some strings on the inside. And you pull out, and strangely enough, as you pull out, instead of blood, sand starts kind of pouring out.
Like sand through the hourglass.
These are the smites of our lives.
Really?
Okay. Alright.
Yeah.
For Amelia, she looks at you two, and it's like, those tentacles are dispelled. They just
Tight. Gotta learn that one.
Are you such a Amelia fangirl?
I mean, have you seen her though? She's just so powerful and wise.
Have you seen Ralvo?
What about
I wasn't included in
2
that.
red hairs?
Just eating bugs,
He cleans me.
licking its own butthole.
2 red hairs. Huh?
You can hear behind you, Hildegard, of Grim, you okay, mate? And then, oh fucking heck, dog. What was it? I mean, you just hear that clearly
They've
those two have been
reunited.
kind of reunited for a moment. Anarchy.
She'll, second verse, same as the first. Gonna give Hildegard the help action.
Okay. Killing.
Third verse, same as the first. If I could have him make me a dexterity saving throw. Yeah, the song is really not original.
You gonna do a bridge or something?
What am I trying to beat? 13, you said?
Yeah.
Man, I'm afraid, my dude.
That's 4 in a row. That's 4 out of 5. Passed. I get that intelligence up. Be 6 damage again, my dude.
You again are just burning these strange top strings that are, and they're snapping all over the inside of this massive skull. And you burn. It's not looking good by any means. But he doesn't seem to be expressing any pain as he's still looking at you.
I do think with Elvin being close to him and just a font of flame coming from his face, I think Killian would look like he's in pretty extreme discomfort. I don't think he's like, cool. I think he's
Yeah, tears. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like his Alvin.
He looks at him out the side of his mouth. Help.
Elvin.
So come hold his hair back. That's me.
Yeah, whatever, man. We are one. I'll go drink. Heal 4.
Drink.
That's what I said, isn't it?
Law and Elbin.
And I
Special
will
Elven's
swing
unit.
up on him. So, plus 5. So
I'm
6.
afraid not, my dude.
Okay. Your game, I guess.
As you were right there, it now again just and grabs onto you.
Oh no.
So ended the journey of Elvin.
Wait, are you talking about me or Elvin?
I got it on Elvin. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Wow, jeez. How many hit points you got right now?
21.
What's your maximum?
21. Well, 13 plus 8.
No, you should be fine.
Let's find out.
Oh, I rolled like shit, so you're good.
That's a Sean roll.
Yeah. You take just 9 points of damage.
Wow. Wow.
And as it goes, and it starts, the thunder kind of starts ringing around, its smile starts to fade a bit. And look at you. And you feel like you should have taken this hit more, but it feels like something in the soil has just, like, dirt underneath your clothes and your armor has just, in an instant, filled in so that it just can't quite make it through. And there's this whole other level of armor right underneath that's pressing out.
Nice.
Awesome.
Some good bad roll flavor.
Hildegard.
Do it, Hildegard.
I would like to conga line.
Got it.
Oof, that's more like
Just
it.
dip your foot in. I don't hate the spell. I really don't. It's fine.
If you look at it as like a little, like a healing fountain almost.
Yeah.
I don't want you talking through my roll.
So,
7 plus.
Should have just let us talk
4.
through it.
7 plus 4.
error from our speech would.
I'm afraid that's not. You see Amelia escape in a mist and then kind of show up behind you. So if you just move her right behind you, Hildegard. Looks like she's trying to get more of a vantage point.
Got it.
What about Anarchy?
Same deal.
Got it.
Advantage 4. Now I am going to drop. Actually, I guess I can still be concentrating on it. He is not going to breathe fire though, since all of his friends are all clumped up there. And I will instead drop a magic missile on this feller.
Okay.
15 damage from magic missiles, my
My
man.
dude. How does this strange, rotted like humanoid attached all its sinew strings into this skull die?
Well, I think first killing it will be containing the fire and just be like he's in pain with it. Stick his hands out, and the 3 bolts would shoot from them. It would slam into him, and I think he would just be suspended by the strings, and Killian would drop to 1 knee.
You see all of the strings just underweight, and it's just... And out of its mouth starts pouring sand in its ears and all of its wounds, and it's slowly just getting... Like the skin was merely a bag.
That's what skin actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the day we're just a donut. The skin.
Why would you say a donut?
And with that, suspended, standing inside a colossal skull, seemingly safe for the moment, we're going to end there for tonight. And we will be back next Tuesday.
Were some creepy bad guys.
Did I creep y'all out?
Yeah, that was really good. I loved it.
You were a twisted Eller.
Is everything okay, Sean?
You want to talk?
I knew you would know what the first one was,
Oh,
so I
yeah.
definitely didn't want that to be, like, the only.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay.
I'm gonna make Lydia watch that scene real quick, because she's never gonna watch that movie. That was fun. That was a good one. Thank you.
I know it's kind of a in-between adventures.
Yeah. Those are
jungle.
great. They're great. Love it.
Yeah, thanks everyone who's watching. Thanks for the new follows, and catch us next on Sunday as we officially kick off Waterdeep Dragon Heist.
Mm-hmm.
We already, if you didn't
Hoist.
catch it, Hoist.
Yeah, you're lifting a
Just
dragon.
Yeah.
It's a different adventure. It's Waterdeep Dragon
Just a bunch of
Hoist.
strength rolls.
It's about strength.
Just a bunch of working class PCs having to hoist the dragon
Can
from
you
the
guys
man.
roll strength again?
Is this fucking coming? Oh yeah, sure thing.
Roll dexterity, make sure your hand doesn't slip. You drop the dragon.
Yeah, but catch us on Sunday with that at 7:30. If you want to catch up on what we did, we had a kind of prelude session, how the characters got together. It was very cinematic. Steve worked really hard to do these awesome flashbacks. Check it out on YouTube if you haven't seen it. You don't have to have watched it to enjoy Sunday, but join us. This is the first week Dragon Heist is coming back.
Mm-hmm.
This will be most people's first experience. I hope that you'll spend it with us.
It's gonna be fun.
All right, I think we're gonna launch a raid on whoever is.
Our Mac links.
What DM or?
I might have to do that for my
Yeah, I think
laptop.
you might have to do it. Steven's got control of that. Again, thanks everybody. Catch us on Sunday, and I'll catch y'all next Tuesday. Hopefully, you make it out of the jungle.
It'll be fun.
Raid is launched. Got just a second.
All right, y'all.
Mac links.
Hoist and Dragon.
I hope everybody was as creeped out as the players with some of that weirdness.
Watch the
I wish I had a
Netflix
sound
now.
machine to like make the strings noise. I couldn't really do it.
I heard it. I heard it in my
I
head.
imagine them being like snapping guitar strings.
Yes, that was it. That was
Yeah.
it.
You ever tune it up? Ding, 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 ding,
Or when you, if you ever like rolled your like fingernail over, where it's just
Oh yeah. All right, we're out.